Well, it's a few hours later. Um, I had a little bit of food, had a nap. It's snowing out. I took some video. I put that up. And then I read something. And it's like, at this point, I just don't even know. I can read it many ways. It's like, I can be thoroughly heartbroken, discouraged, you know, take it as a goodbye, um, sorry, kind of thing. Like, sorry and goodbye. Um, or I can just, be confused. So I can either take it as being crushed or being confused. So I'll choose the lesser of the two and just be in limbo, um, just in the dark. But I know that that's not the intent. The intent is not to hurt or to confuse. It makes perfect sense. Um, if you've lived their life and through their perspective and understand the words as they're written, it's like um, artist purgatory. It's like I'm the only one that understands, and that's only to some degree what I mean when I say stuff, and the meaning changes even for me. So, what anybody else means by what they say, it's like, I mean, I can read into, I've said it recently. It's like, get a text that says hi. It's like, what's that supposed to mean? So, rarely does anything ever actually mean what I think it means. I can read too much into things, read volumes. So, just worried, one way or the other. I just missed the conversation. Wasn't really looking for anything more. I mean, if anything more did happen over the course of time, that's a different story. But it was not even a thing where it's like, well, not even worth investigating. Well, sometimes, because I do it too. It's like, do I enjoy one thing more, do I enjoy the presence of something more than the absence of something? And then when something is absent, it's like, you know what? I enjoy the absence. Yeah, the presence, it had its time. I learned what I learned. It was value. There's value there. But do I wish to reconnect? Because that presence, it sure does take some time and effort and communication. So, it might not be worth it. So, that might be for all I know, I might not be worth it. I might not be worth the emotional investment. You know, I figure I have something to offer. Maybe not, right time, right self, right place. So it's a good thing I didn't invest everything all. No, no. This is a known permutation. I mean, I don't even know if it's the real one, but I have to accept whatever it is. So this is one of the ones that I will accept. I have to. I have no choice. I never did. I can only be okay from my point of view and make my choices. Like at any time, I've also been free to, just disconnect, detach, emotionally just let go, and be like, this is too much. I can't do this. It's too much. What they require of me, there's that thing that I'm working on, which I still haven't figured out exactly how to say. Maybe if I knew the right words, but I don't know them yet. It's like I can never be who anyone wants me to be for them, and they can never be who I want them to be for me. But if I am the one who is wanted, then I can do that. And if they are the person that I want, then they can do that. Because they're already doing it. And I'm already doing what I'm doing. So it's like, I'm sure there's a lot of communication and collaboration. Anything's possible with, cooperation and, oh shoot, I have the other word. I have a whole list. But, compromise. There it is. But, without the whole, then if it's just a thing about, well, it's too much work, or it's too hard, or it's too scary, or it's just not the right time, or I'm just not the right person, or it's just too far away, But I wasn't, I was just mostly looking to continue the conversation, and if anything developed over a period of time from there, great. But if not, it's like, if it is and does turn out to be like a goodbye, then it's like, well, yeah, there was value. There was promise. There was potential. There were possibilities. Speaking in the past tense already, ahead of time. Speaking in the future for now, as in the past. So I'm just getting prepared. And this is going up. So it's like, this is what I was thinking as, the snow falls. Saturday night, January 30th, 2021. It's like writing goodbyes. And I will be sad. But I don't want anybody to stick around because they feel like they have to. Or they're doing somebody a favor. Or it's pity. Or they feel sorry for them. No. I'd rather them just go and stay away. That's how it is. I will grieve, and I will mourn, and I will be sad. But I get over things. I bounce back. I don't have to like everything. And it will have, from my perspective, it will have been a shame, because I will have seen it as having had some, prospect of a partnership of some sort. Even if it was just a writing thing. But then I loused it all up by getting emotionally involved, from my end. I had trouble with that. I think it's a good trouble. I hope it's not a trouble I ever seek to stop getting in trouble about. So, I am not sorry. Yeah, I'm not sorry. That's a good sorry. Still a little sorry, but it's a good sorry. Not ashamed. It's like, no, I'm not sorry to feel. It's like, I feel how I feel, and, And they might be, you know, based on concepts and ideas and dreams that aren't the best things, based on concepts and ideas and dreams. So I call myself a fool, but I consider myself a good one. So, but like I said, I might be just reading it wrong. But this is things have been going. It's like, it feels like I'm getting braced for the unknown. And it's like, so this whole project, I might just make it private, just tuck it away. Like, oh yeah, there was that time I did this for a while. I don't know if this will ever. I enjoy doing it though, but these videos, these particular videos, might go to private in a folder somewhere. But I haven't closed the door yet. I'm just a little hurt by my own interpretation. And that's one of the things that, it's like, I have that too. It's like, I fear so much that my stuff will be misinterpreted and it'll be like misunderstood and it'll cause all this, stuff that I don't even, like, no, I didn't mean it like that. And chances are excellent that I'm guilty of that right now. I'm misinterpreting. And it's because I'm used to this. I'm used to being rejected, used to being, just shut down, pushed away, said goodbye to. It's like, thanks, but go away. Sorry. Sorry you had the wrong idea. Go away now. Shoo, shoo, shoo. So I'm used to that. So that's what I'm looking for. So I can read that, into the most welcoming and inviting and friendly thing I can read a goodbye into, probably. Because that's what I get. That's what I'm used to. So that's what I'm looking for. It's kind of a sad thing, really. But I can't, mental trauma and, a history of, psychological abuse is not something that I get over. Trust is a very difficult thing, and I don't extend it very easily or often. I have to concentrate to, I just see other people that just get so cold and so jaded and so angry at the world for not being like it should be for them. But the world is what it is. It is the making of, billions of people over a long time, and humans only think that they're in charge anyway. We just have the greatest, cosmetic impact on our surroundings. but it is cosmetic. If human activity all of a sudden just stopped, you know, there's that whole documentary thing where, like, humans just blinked out of existence or something happened to all of us. Just 100 years, all humans would just simply die off without us propagating ourselves as a species, reproducing. Within 100 years, the oldest of us would just die, and there wouldn't be any more of us, and balance would be restored, minus humans. And within 100 years or 200 years, 300, 400, 500, things just recover. The natural cycle, natural order, without one particular species, usurping all the resources for itself, with no natural predators, and very little to limit our exponential growth. Well, I don't know if it's exponential, but it sure is. Nothing stopping us. I mean, whatever little, I care about my own life because I'm the one living it. But my little life, in comparison to everything else, it's like, yeah, it's so irrelevant, inconsequential, insignificant. But irrelevant. That's the best word I can come up with. It's not a fun word. This is the only life I get. Well, this is the second one, but I have to excuse the first one. Well, you don't have to, but I didn't like it. I was the one that had to live it, so it's like, I feel I punished enough for my carelessness. But it wasn't so much carelessness as it was just not knowing myself. And how was I supposed to? I'd never... I just never knew. People around me, and it's like they tried to help me, but it's like they just never gave me the support that it turned out that I needed, to have a... I don't know. I don't know what more could have been done. There were so many difficulties. And I was just thrown into the system and expected to deal with it just like everybody else. And I was normal. Perfectly normal. I was a normal kid. Normal. And I did my best to fit in. I did my best to be normal because I was expected to be normal. So I just looked around at everybody else and tried to do what they did, talk like how they talked, and imitated all their clothes and what, and tried to be, what music do they like, and I'll try to talk like how they do, and turns out, I don't really listen to that much music, and the music I do listen to, I always tended to prefer instrumentals, ones without human voice, because human voices, just as part of music, it's like I can't understand what they're saying anyway, because they don't enunciate the words, they don't pronounce them, all the syllables. There's the vocal, artistry, but a lot of it's just noise, in a lot of songs, not all songs, but in a lot of it's just, and it's just because, and I just don't, I'm just rambling now, don't mind me. I had a guy ask me an hour ago if the meeting was at 8 o'clock tonight, and I was like, yes, it is. I'm not going. I didn't tell him that. It's snowing out. Normally that wouldn't stop me. It really, really wouldn't stop me. But I'd already decided that I wasn't going. And so his little text. And he won't go either. Because I already know, because this has happened before with this guy. It's like he asks me where something is at what time, and I tell him, and then, and if it was a normal case, and I'd be there, and he wouldn't show up, and then later, he'd be like, "Oh, sorry, buddy, I didn't end up making it there." And then tonight, that would be what would happen, and he'd be like, "Oh, sorry, buddy, I didn't make it there. There was snow, and I didn't realize, and I decided, and then this happened, and this happened." Because for some reason, he wants me to be accountable for him in some small way, to be I don't know. It's weird. And then he'll apologize to me, and it's like, your life is this is your thing. I'm not. So I don't hold you accountable, and I'm not like mad at you or pissed off at you for not being at this meeting that you said you were going to, and it's and then in this case it's like, well, I'm not even going. And so it's like I told him, and I've told him before when all the meetings are and what times. And it's like, I don't know why he continues to. So anyway, I'm still not going. I still might go for a walk later, but I won't be walking down to go to a meeting. I should have said, and this is the other thing I thought, was like, oh yeah, there's a show at 8 o'clock. I just won't be performing. I'm taking the night off. I've been singing, every night for a while now, and it does feel it. It does take its toll, because I'm just doing what I do and just speaking from the heart, and I don't know, it hurts sometimes, the places I go to, and it takes a lot out of me, and I don't know what it looks like. I haven't even gone there. I've gotten close a couple times, but then I backed off because I didn't like it. I don't know about, I can't, it's like, I don't know about that being part of the deal. So it's like, I'd have to not be able to see myself, because as soon as I start to see myself, it's like I get snapped back anyway. So it's like, I get distracted if I see myself starting to, so it kind of gets torn away. Maybe in time, I don't know. As soon as I figure out how to forget myself, I sometimes do. So, and that was the other thing, I guess, is about, hostages. It's like, I don't want anybody to feel like I've taken them hostage. And I don't want to be anybody's hostage either. So, but then it's like, being alone sure is lonely. But then I want my independence and my freedom. So it's like, well, you can't have it both ways. So, I don't have any experience with it. So I don't really know what anything's all about. Apparently it's something that other people seem to find worthwhile, and but I've just never investigated to the point where it's actually happened. I've just been alone this whole time, alone with myself, and I keep myself pretty good company. It's a good thing I like myself nowadays, because I used to have trouble with that, and I usually just drank all the time to make myself feel better about myself and being alone. So it's like, now I can just be alone and not feel so alone. And I see people when I choose to and communicate when I choose to, but I still get lonely. And it's like, so anyway, But I don't want anybody to ever feel like, they have to do anything. Or, they feel compelled or, guilt tripped or shame tripped, that kind of thing. But I don't know how people deal with that kind of stuff. Because that seems like how people feel is their responsibility anyway. It's like, if I'm angry, well, I've chosen to be angry. No one's made me angry. I'm letting myself be angry. It's how I interpret the situation, how I perceive it. And what other people do, they're doing for their own best interests. Their perceived own best interest. If it turns out that it works out well for them, well, good. I hope it works out. And if it turns out after the fact that it's like, oh, well, we have to live with our mistakes or live with our paths that we take. We can't undo the paths we take, basically. Once walked, they're walked. And can't go back and remake choices. Because I know for me, it's like, I will just move on, and I'll just, whatever it is I'm missing or whatever it is I'm seeking, I will find. Whatever's missing, and I'll just create. I'll, not out of nothing, but I've got a little bit more experience now, and a little bit more perspective, and a little bit more appreciation for what it is I'm looking for, and how I like to be talked to, and how I like to be communicated with, and how I don't like to be communicated with. So my own, personal boundaries have, I wouldn't say they've expanded, but they've gotten reinforced, where it's like, I've gotten a little bit more, I don't know, I won't say I have the boundaries thing. It's like, it's ill-defined, very ill-defined, and I don't know much about it. My own boundaries, I guess I want to say I've gotten better about them. It's not about obeying other people, but about my own. I have definite rules, and it's like I can tell when people are safe and when people are not safe, because I have like different rules for different people, and some people just for whatever reason have just automatically, or not automatically, but they've earned just by being themselves different permissions. It's like, oh, they can get away with that, but this other person, they can't get away with that because they're them. This person can get away with it because they're them. So their rule set is entirely different. So all their permissions. So some people I just am just so friendly to, but then another person, it's like, don't talk to me. Why are you talking to me? Go away. So boundaries. I guess it's an individual thing, but I try to remain flexible. But once I've established boundaries, it's like I'm very rigid. It's like I've just determined that this is the set boundaries for this person, and then they have no say about it. It's just I've identified, I've associated qualities with, and it's like my investigation is complete. I don't look any further into the matter. It's just this is who they are, and I don't seek to get to know them. I don't want to be their friend. I don't see, it's like, I'm sure they're a great person for other people, but I'm just kind of, so this is why I continue to just be alone, just for the record, because I have such strict rules, or something, I don't know. I'm just making up stuff, so I just feel better about myself. Because I can tear myself apart with how I perceive the slightest anything, really. I've been left alone with my thoughts for a while, And this is what I come up with. And I don't have, my checks and balances are all myself, and the only person I talk to even remotely is Barbara. But already, this has already been half an hour. Crazy. But anyway, 30th of January. Time marches on. And I will be going out to take more footage of the snow. This is the first real snow in a while that I call real. So that's kind of nice. So I guess that's it. See what the day brings. See what the night brings. All of this might just be just me just reading way too much into stuff. And it's probably the truth too. Because I'm just ignoring so much else, everything. And it's just like I'm just gotten fixated on this one thing, and I'm just afraid of, in fact, from lasting history, going way back, just terrified of goodbyes. So that's like, but that's part of life. Because, I say goodbye to people too when they're not ready for me to say goodbye and they don't understand why. And from their end, they're like, what did I do? They don't understand. And I just go away. Because I have to. From my end, that's how I feel. It's like I have to. And it's better. In fact, I feel like I'm making a good choice. I'm doing them the favor by just walking away. They can think whatever they like. They can feel whatever they like. They'll get over it. But I need to go away, and I'm doing them the favor. Because getting to know me, they will just get hurt worse if they stick around. Because I will end up just wandering off at some point. So the sooner they just, give up on me and go find somebody else, the better off they are. So it's like I'm doing them a favor. No, I'm such a nice guy. Again, this is why I'm alone. So I'm trying to make myself feel better. That's all. So I gotta end this now, because otherwise this video won't even upload. And then I'll just need to remember to mark this as private, so it never gets seen. But it'll never get seen anyway, so what's it matter? Yeah. So. Yeah. That's it.